This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
Ridley Report, Ridley Report, something, 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 Ridley Report.
Yeah, we were chatting basically about what went on with our people there at the police station.
This is Dan Stewart, man arrested yesterday in Keene, New Hampshire for...
They got me
for what exactly, Dan?
Okay, they got me for a criminal trespass.
For what did you do exactly?
I neither was trespassing nor a criminal, and that makes no sense to me at all.
Kind of like grape nuts in Christian Science.
Grape nuts and yeah.
Well, he was trespassing on public property.
Oh, on public property. Oh, that's my property. Okay, so I could basically exclude the cops. I could have days when the police are excluded from there, and I could say, they're not allowed, and then they get arrested if they come in. Whenever you're ready.
But you were telling me basically you were arrested for being in City Hall. Is that correct?
Yeah, in City Hall, and they didn't have any signage that I could tell. That would say that you would get arrested, or just a tiny little sign on there.
Yeah, but why did you want to be in there? Well, it was Saturday, right?
Some of my friends were inside. Well, they had gotten arrested and dragged inside City Hall, and I wanted to find out. I just wanted to ask a question, I want to find out, where they're at, what happened to them. You care about folks.
They were arrested for what?
They were arrested for what they claim is smoking, which could be anything, down there at the 420.
They were arrested for smoking marijuana.
Or for what the police said was them smoking marijuana. Whether they were or not, who knows? They could have been, they could have rolled up some chocolate mint leaves.
But I want to stick to what happened to you when you got in there in the City Hall. What happened?
When I got in City Hall, one of the state police grabbed me by my arm and said, "Okay, out of here." So I was heading towards the door. Another one says, "Nope." He grabs me by the other arm, pulls me back in, and says, "He's under arrest." Well, I guess he's under arrest.
So they never gave you a chance to leave. They didn't just say leave and you refused to leave. They arrested you without giving you a chance to leave.
Right, exactly. And they hadn't figured out whether I was going to be kicked out of the building. There was no consensus as to whether I'd be kicked out or arrested. There was no sign saying that I'd be subject to arrest if I came in the building, which I come in all the time. I guess that the police had used it as their headquarters and stuff. I mean,
So how were you treated once you were arrested?
Well, I had the handcuffs put on pretty tight. They thought that it was funny that they could arrest people, and they made fun of my friends and myself, and they had said that we were free staters, that this free stater was something that was an undesirable thing, which I've never had a problem with free staters before, so I don't see why they would have a problem with them. They were rough with me with the cuffs. They had them on the wrong way, and they had them on way too tight. I asked them to loosen them, and those pleas fell on deaf ears. Once I got there, I was told that...
Got where?
To the police station. I was told that I would have to identify myself, which I didn't feel like doing, or I would end up spending the entire weekend in jail for something that I didn't even do. Obviously, I'm not a criminal, and I wasn't trespassing. So they wanted me to, to basically cough up 40 funny monies before I could go home, or otherwise I would be in their custody, so I'd have to serve time in a jail without even being convicted of any crime. I'd have to serve at least 2 days in jail, because it was a Saturday when I got busted,
So the charge was criminal trespass, and you have a court date when?
For, I believe, the 30th of November.
Will you pay a fine if one is levied?
Well, I plan on basically subpoenaing every law enforcement agent that was there on duty at that time, and it would be cost prohibitive for them to bring all those guys into court. And they arrested me, and they all had a hand in it and stuff. We're talking about a lot of state police. We're talking about a lot of police from other towns in New Hampshire that were working security, and Keene police. And to bring all those guys into court would probably cost thousands and thousands of dollars, and a fine would be very, very minuscule. So I'm expecting them to drop the charges, and if they don't drop the charges, I'm planning on filing charges of false arrest, and whether other kinds of things I could file against them, just to let them know that it's a two-way street. If you do somebody wrong that isn't intending to do anything wrong, there's going to be consequences. There's going to be legal consequences, and you're going to have to deal with them.
All right. Dan Stewart, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.